Chris Lowe, and today I'm going to show you how to use the app Poplet. In Richmond, we have the app Poplet Lite, which is the free version of Poplet. Unfortunately, Poplet Lite only allows you to save one working copy on the app. So if multiple students are wanting to use the app Poplet, students will have to finish their work and export it before the next student comes along and uses the app. So let's open up the app Poplet. Poplet is a app that allows you to make, oh, I didn't want that there. So let's clear all, dismiss, clear all. So here's the app Poplet Lite. Oh, actually. So here's the app Poplet, and when you get to the screen, sometimes you might have a large popple, as they call it. Oh, God. So here's the app Poplet Lite. We're going to open that up, and sometimes you might have a text box or what they call a popple in the center there. You want to get rid of it by tapping the X up in the top right-hand corner. To add popples to your screen, all you have to do is double tap. So I double tap, and that opens up a popple. And I can move that around with my finger. So I'm using my finger and I'm moving it around. I can resize it by grabbing a handle here on the corner. Make it larger or smaller, of course. I can change the color of a popple. Tap there, and up comes, say, if I wanted it to be red. This button here, of course, allows me to add text to my popple. Up pops the keyboard. Here is some text. If I want a little bit larger text, I can tap on the larger T there to make my text larger. I can also use center, left, or right-hand justification for that text. We'll keep it at center. Keyboard down. I can draw or do a little doodle in there, so tap on the pencil icon, and let's just draw in black. Here is some text. What am I gonna? Let's go in blue. Here is some text, so I can print my words, or I can even do a drawing. One thing to note: if you do a drawing, you might want to make your popple really big, and then you can make your popple really big. So here's some, okay. So if I want to do a little doodle or drawing, I can tap on that icon there, and I'm going to select the blue pen. If you're going to do a doodle or drawing, I'd make your popple really big. You can do your drawing, so maybe I'm going to do a little flower here. Why I selected blue, I don't know. There's some leaves on the flower. And then we'll go with something small, a little center to my flower. And once I've done that, then I'm going to make my popple smaller. Whoops, grab the wrong handle there. There we go. So you can see it resizes your drawing. It'd be really hard to make that, add the details to that drawing when it's that small. So make the popple large for drawings and then resize the popple. Alright, last thing you can do, which I think is probably the power of Poplet, is you can add some pictures. And I tap on that little icon. We can take a photo if we want, or we can open up the library. One thing to note, that if you say you were going to get some images from the internet, you would have to go to the internet, get those images, save them on your camera roll or your photo library, and then come into Poplet, open up the library, tap on that, and I'm going to tap on that picture. If I like that, I can rotate it either way. If I like it, I tap on done, and there I get my picture in my Popple. You'll notice that my picture overwrote or is also in there with the drawing. I'm going to go in here and I'm going to go into my drawing, and there's a button for clear drawing. I want to clear that out of there. So I have my picture in here, I have my text, I've changed the color. One last thing you can, or not one last thing, but one thing you can also do is these little circles here, you probably notice them. If I tap on that one over there, what it does is it creates a Popple over here. So I can start making my word web if I wanted to put some other text in there. More text, keyboard down. So now I've got my two Popples. Whoops, need to do that. And there we go. If I wanted to get rid of that connection, I tap on it once and then I would tap on the X. But in this case, I don't want to. Now I've got a Popple over here, which is completely different. You'll notice when I added the Popple by tapping on the gray circle, the Popple was exactly the same as my parent Popple that I added. Here I've got one that's not connected to the word web, so it comes in as the default black Popple with the medium-sized text. I'm going to type in even more text, make it larger, make my Popple kind of big there, keyboard down. Now, having trouble seeing all of these, so I can tap on this View All button, and what it does is it kind of shifts my focus of my page so I can see all of them. Now I'm going to take this Popple, I'm going to move it right here, and I want to connect this Popple to this cell. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually tap on that button, or that circle, that gray circle, and tap on it and drag it over to the Popple I want to connect to, and it makes a connection. And I'll do the same over here. So I can make connections between Popples that way. Alright, one last little thing here. If I tap on this is my settings button, and if I tap on that, if I wanted to, I could multi-select Popples. So if I wanted to let's do that again. One last thing I can do is I can move individual Popples around, or if I wanted to move all of them, I'm tapping my finger right here and I'm able to move the whole word web around on my screen. So that way, if you need to move over and perhaps add more Popples over here, then that way it allows you to navigate around on your screen. If I tap on View All, it makes everything smaller and allows me to see all of my popples. So it works out quite well that you can tap on that to be able to see all of your popples. Lastly, you want to, if you're finished, you want to tap on Export over here. You can email it to the teacher, to home, or wherever. You can also save it as a JPEG, and if you save it as a JPEG, it will go into your camera roll or the photo library, and this is what it calls. And I say OK. The problem though is that it's saved as a JPEG. It's not saved as a Poplet type of file. So the JPEG, you can't edit it when you bring it, if you were to bring it back into Poplet. So that's why we are only allowed to have one working copy of Poplet at the same time. Hopefully this helps you understand how to use Poplet, and if you want, you can go to my website, which is right here, sandbox.sd38.bc.ca. And if you go there, down here it says Apps 10 Ways. If I tap on that, I have listed 10 different ways to use a variety of apps in the classroom. And number 5 down here is 10 ways to use Poplet in the classroom. And I've come up with a variety of ways that you can use Poplet in your classroom. So check that out for some ideas of how to use Poplet in your classroom. Hopefully this helps you in integrating technology into your classroom.